Ate, pabili nga po ng siomai at isang exogenic process.
Exogenic process baka mo, iho? You know, there are types of geomorphic processes that are divided into two: exogenic and endogenic processes. Exogenic is a process that originates externally to the Earth's surface. This process falls under denudation.
While endogenic process is the other process that happens within the Earth's surface. One example of this is earthquakes.
There are two types of exogenic processes. The first one is weathering, the breakdown of rocks by physical and chemical processes when exposed to air, moisture, and living organisms on the Earth's surface. On the other hand, erosion is a geological process in which earth and materials are worn away and transported by natural forces such as wind or water.
There are three subtypes of weathering mainly: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, biological weathering. Mechanical weathering, also called physical weathering and disintegration. It breaks rock in smaller sediments without altering its composition. Another type of weathering is chemical weathering. It is the changes in the molecular structure, weakening, and ultimately breakdown of rocks caused by chemical reaction. These reactions are dissolving, oxidation, and hydrolysis.
The factors of chemical weathering. First is plants and animals. Living organisms secrete substances that potentially react with rocks. Second is climate. Higher temperatures causes apexes in the rate of chemical weathering. Third is time. Longer durations of contact is proportional to greater changes. And last but not the least is mineral composition. Some compositions are more prone to change than others.
Ma'am, saan po kayo banda? Dyan lang po sa may earth surface mining ng endogenic process natin. Doon po ba banda? Where the trivial endogenic process occur in this phenomenon. Folding is when rock layers embed due to pressure from tectonic forces, forming wave-like shapes. Faulting, when rocks bend, break, and move due to stress. The movement can be up, down, or sideways. Cause interference with tectonic activities, wherein movements of Earth's tectonic plates cause volcanoes, mountain formation, sea floor spreading, and earthquakes.
Init ba ka mo? The first one is primordial heat. The internal heat energy that slowly gathered in a planet in its few million years of evolution. Gravitational contraction refers to the process in which an astronomical object like a star contracts under its own gravity. Some elements of atomic nuclei are unstable because of the presence of excess nuclear charge inside it. So these nuclei undergo the radioactive decay to form stable nuclei. These elements are called radioactive elements. Aray! Ang init!
Napalo ka! Yan, kasi hindi ka nag-iingat.
There are four types of how heat is transmitted. Conduction is the transfer of heat through direct contact between objects. Convection is where the heat is transferred by the movement of fluids, which are liquids or gases. Radiation is the transfer of heat through electromagnetic waves. The last but not the least is advection. It is where the transfer of heat by the horizontal movement of a fluid, often referring to the atmosphere or oceans.
There are also types of stress that affects the rocks. First, compression, when rocks pushes or squeezes against another rocks. Next, tension, when rocks are pulled apart. And lastly, shearing, some portions of the plate in the edge break away in different places. The other types of magmatism is placement of magma within the surface of Earth, and it allows magma to rise up along the lines of thickness and intrude to the other crust. And the other magmatism are
The compression melting occurs in the divergent boundaries where tectonic plate separates. Flux melting, when volatile mix with hot, dry rocks, the volatile decreases the rock's melting point and help break down chemical bonds in the rock to allow melting.
Volcanism, on the other hand, usually happens after magma is formed. Next is metamorphism. These are pre-existing rocks when rocks form into another type of rocks. And lastly, earthquakes. The sudden shaking or vibration in the Earth's crust where it has different kinds that contributes to the endogenic process. Normal fault that moves downward, reverse fault that moves upward, and third fault that slides to the other side.
If you found this video helpful, click here
To like, share,
and subscribe. Always remember that change starts from within, just like the Earth's processes that shape our world. Until next time, bye!